Hey everyone, Master Thokar here with Bridgeport ATA Martial Arts. Hope you're having a great day. Wanted to cover a crescent kick today, which you already saw in the beginning of this video. So the crescent kick, I like to talk about it because its shape is different than a lot of the other ones. It is crescent shaped, like a crescent roll or a crescent moon. It has that arch to it. So important to know is it's a lot different than the other kicks in the fact that your leg is primarily straight for the video, so it doesn't have a snap like a front kick does where it's bending and snapping. It's straight and it's back here, typically behind you, and then you're going to do your arching motion. Now you don't want it to be like too crescent shaped, which sounds weird, so it does have more of a peak to it to make it look better. So it's going to look like this. Okay, and that was the spin one, and then there's regular crescent kick, just comes up and then down. With it, my striking surface is not like the ball of the foot, like a front kick. I'm actually striking with the side of my foot. So it would be striking with the side of the foot there. So that's the striking surface. And my arms do help, but I like to let the kick on an inner crescent kick lead me a little bit, because I've seen people that do this, and then their kick trails behind, and they kind of lose their balance. So that's just a couple tips for it. We're going to go over how to use the targets to help you improve. Alright everyone, we're still working on the crescent kick, but these are some drills to help with the height of the crescent kick. So I typically like to start belt level, but it just depends on the skill level of the student. So we'll start today below belt level. So they're just going to try and go over the noodle, or this is a combat stick or bamongi. So I want to make sure my back leg's back here, otherwise I have a hard time getting all the way up there. So I got to put it back, and it's going to come up and over, and then the base leg, it pivots. So as I kick, this foot's going to be spinning so that I don't have to hurt myself, because then I'm crossing my legs, and that's not good for me. So we're going to lift it up, and they can do belt level out here, boom, here, and they raise it up chest level. Boom. Okay, so we got chest level, then we can have them go chin level. So from there, just go over and boom. And it starts getting more challenging. So we'll see if I can get this one up here. Boom, got it. Alright, so we're working on going on different heights for our crescent kicks. And so this is a great tool to have them go over the pad. The only problem with that is it doesn't work on the striking surface, so we'll cover that later. But right now, for the heights, we use a combat bamongi. It's padded and it's safe for them in case they ended up hitting it. But their goal is to go over it. As they get higher, obviously they need to be more flexible. So if they're not very flexible, or if they're a newer student, then I would set a limit, like only chest level. That's the highest anyone can go in class right now. And then, then as they get better, then you can set higher goals for them. But that way you're also setting a standard, and you're telling them, you're pre-framing them to know exactly what they're supposed to do, and that way none of them will be misbehaving or falling over and then getting silly. So we want to be focused on technique, really getting over the pad and making sure that we pivot our base leg. Alright, so before we were working on our height of our kicks, now we're going to work on power and the striking surface. So with this pad, my instructor liked to call it a double kick pad because it's got two parts to it. I call them clapper pads because they clap when you hit them. So it's a really good training tool. The kids like to hear that noise. It's like a reinforcer. It's like a positive reinforcer. They get a good kick, they hear that clap noise, and then they want to do it again. So it's just a great training tool. So if you haven't got one, I found that Century has some of the best clapping targets. But ATA has some good ones too. So it's going to be the kicking leg back. Our striking surface is the inside of the foot. So it's not typically like a front kick. We hit on the ball of the foot on the bottom, and sometimes people hit on the top of the foot or the instep. We're hitting on the inside of the foot since we're doing an inner crescent kick. So it's going to come in and hit with that part of the foot, and it looks like that. Okay. Same pivot in the front leg, then you can raise it up again, where you can still work on flexibility, but they need to have that down first before they raise it up. So if their partner notices that they're hitting with that part of the foot, or they're missing the target, and you don't raise it up. Okay? But if they get a great one, then you can raise, we already got a good one, so we're raising it up and through the target and up here, through the target, and then they can raise it up even higher than that. Thanks for watching our video. We're grateful for you tuning in. If you have any questions, you can comment below, and also please subscribe to our YouTube channel.